Hey, how are you
Hello.
doing?
I'm doing good, Dennis. Thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good too. Well, last year I've celebrated the 20th anniversary of Looney Tunes Back in Action. So I was thinking of the idea if it would be cool and awesome if we would discuss about Looney Tunes and Looney Tunes Back in Action by in honor to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Looney Tunes Back in Action. So to get us started, I'm gonna let you tell the background and something. So go ahead.
Well, one thing I noticed for sure that a long time ago, since Walt Disney created his Mickey Mouse persona and all, some of the creators decided to go off on their own and made a deal with Warner Brothers. And at first, they started out as Merry Melody before they started using the word Looney Tunes. And of course, it started with Porky Pig, who became, I mean, before Porky Pig and all the other Looney Tunes we know, there was even a character called Bosco, but I guess he didn't become as popular back then when they created Porky Pig, and he became a lot more popular than the other Looney Tunes, and then Daffy Duck, and of course Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, neat.
And it was all created by one of the greatest animators and creators like Bob Clampett, Chuck Jones, and Tex Avery until he quit Warner Brothers and started working for MGM and did Tom and Jerry and other cartoons.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. And of course, a lot of people always said that Mel Blanc did all the voices. Well, that's not true because he only did most of them, but they did had other voice actors who did their voice acting for their characters, but sadly didn't get any credit. I even heard that the that one actress from Petticoat Junction and also Beverly Hillbillies did some voices for some of the female characters on Looney Tunes, but didn't get any credit for it.
Hmm.
So pretty much, I mean, I just grew up with Looney Tunes ever since I was a kid. I mean, some people have childhood with Mickey Mouse and Disney, some have childhood of Looney Tunes, so I grew up with Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Well, and as for me, I also actually grew up with some Disney movies, but I also watched Looney Tunes for the first time when I watched Looney Tunes Back in Action. Yep. My favorite Looney Tunes movie I've watched when I was young.
Well, I mean, I wasn't much into sports, but Space Jam was pretty good. I mean, that was one cool thing because it sort of kind of reminded me before they did Space Jam, there was a commercial they did, and it showed Marvin the Martian and his Martian army playing 101 basketball with Bugs Bunny and Michael Jordan, and that commercial started Space Jam. Yeah, it's all history.
Oh, it's really cool to see that. Really interesting.
Hang on a second, I need to go. Be right back. The Superman and Bugs Bunny, which it kind of got me starting doing that audio adaptation based on the comic. I mean, as soon as I get my
Yeah.
storage clean, I might be able to get those comics and probably work on a script.
Yeah.
But Looney Tunes Back in Action, I thought it was a pretty awesome movie. I mean, some people think it's kind of but to me, I think it's a really awesome movie. And of course, it was really awesome to have Brandon Fraser in it, and it was during his hype of his career after the Mummy movies, before his career went down, but now
Yeah.
it's trying to go back up.
Yeah.
And Steve Martin was pretty hilarious as a villain. And I mean, he kind of acted like a man child who is in charge of the Acme
Yes.
Incorporation.
This is unacceptable.
And there was a deleted scene that I thought was really hilarious from the beginning, they were planning to do a scene where Daffy Duck gets to be Bat Duck and have Elmer Fudd as the clown. And until the executive told him, "You killed off Elmer, you can't kill him," and Elmer Fudd shows up saying,
I want to play Crazy Clown. I'm afraid of clowns.
Yeah. And even I thought it was really funny where there was Shaggy and Scooby arguing with the actor who played Shaggy. I mean, I know you don't like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I hate Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. Yeah, they're such insolent, idiotic cowards who always cower for anything, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, I'm still a fan on Scooby-Doo, but I wish that they didn't make Scrappy the bad guy, because he was a brave character I like, and I wish they didn't make him into a bad guy in that live action.
Yeah.
And one thing it kind of sucks, and it's kind of true in today's society, is the conversation between Porky Pig and Speedy Gonzales.
Yeah.
When he said,
"Yeah, they told me I was a star. And they told me not funny anymore. It's a pain about it, correct? You're telling me."
I mean, a lot of people always thought that Porky Pig is offensive for those with a stutter, and even they said that Speedy Gonzales is offensive to those who are Mexicans. But nowadays, people find Pepe Le Pew offensive because he does act like a sexual predator, because every time when he mistakes that cat as a skunk, he always keeps grabbing her, hugging her, and kissing her, going like, "Vistim Cherie, de Poseidon." But now, I mean, it is a pain in the butt to be politically correct.
Yeah. And I also heard of you before that Looney Tunes on HBO Max, that they were planning to remove Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam out of Looney Tunes.
All because they both use guns, which I gotta say that is the most stupidest idea ever, because we have tons of cartoon characters and even superhero and villains who carries guns. So why in the hell do those anti-gun people wants to protest and try to have Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam out of the picture? Because I mean, I always enjoyed every time when Elmer Fudd tries to do something, Bugs Bunny and Daffy always trying to outsmart him, and Yosemite Sam being an outlaw cowboy type with a really short temper, which a lot of people do say that they base him out of one of their creators, Fritz Freeling, because he was short, red hair, and he had the same kind of temper like Yosemite Sam.
Yeah, well, I always loved that Looney Tune episode about, Elmer Fudd hunting Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. I mean, that Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny are always complaining about duck season, rabbit season like this.
Duck season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Fire!
That never gets old.
I always love that scene.
I do my impression on that one, and I get a laugh from everybody.
Yeah.
And they even updated it when in Cartoon Network they don't call it Looney Tunes, they call it Bugs and Daffy Show, and they even did a promo saying Bugs and Daffy, Daffy and Bugs, Bugs and Daffy, Daffy and Bugs, Bugs and Daffy, Daffy and Bugs. and then the sign shows up saying Elmer Fudd Show, and they stared at Elmer.
Yeah.
There's something awfully screwy going on around here.
Indeed. And also in that one scene about Yosemite Sam on Looney Tunes show, when Daffy Duck had the message with Tina Duck when he's about to delete it, which was accidentally sent, and Yosemite Sam received the message, and it was like this: I got your little email. I got your little email. I read every word. I just got one thing to say to you. Thank you, brother. You were so right. It's like you held a mirror up to my soul. Well, say goodbye to the man you once knew, because my transformation begins now.
That was a mask?
I remember the Looney Tunes show where the conversation goes, it was like this. This is boring. Is there anything we can do? Well, we can go out. Okay, how about it? Is there somebody there? Well, his sister showed up. Anyway, there's a Porky there, and he was like, pass. What? That Porky's a bore. You're a bore. No, I'm not. I'm a jerk. At least he admits what he is.
Yeah, and also another favorite episode of mine in Looney Tunes show is that Tweety and Sylvester and Taz went on an adventure.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. You beast, come with me. Taz. What? Name Taz. Let's go, Taz.
Tasmanian Devil has always been my favorite character. Besides Daffy and Bugs, I always watch the Devil Tasmania show, and I always love how he's always like, Daddy Ryder. So if it wasn't from that cartoon series, the Tasmanian Devil series, I wouldn't be a fan to Taz as I am today. And I even played this one video game. It has Taz in it, and in that game, you play Tasmanian Devil, and Marvin the Martian abducts you and puts you in a galactic zoo. So now, as Taz, you're going through space from planet to planet in order to get back to Earth.
Yeah.
It's a pretty fun game. I have it on my Sega Genesis.
Oh.
Of course, I wasn't the only one. My brother has one too, and he enjoys playing it too. And I also noticed that they had Timothy Dalton in that movie, and he's supposed to be reminiscent about his old days when he played James Bond, even though he played James Bond twice.
Yeah, I knew. I mean, yeah, it was very awesome for me to see the actor playing a secret agent in Looney Tunes Back in Action who played James Bond twice in the 80s. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And except this time he didn't have a mustache, which a lot of people used to think that with Timothy Dalton and his mustache, it's kind of it would attract women's attention.
Yeah.
A sexy mustache.
Yeah.
I mean, I have seen Timothy Dalton in that Flash Gordon movie playing Prince Baron.
Wow. And which Looney Tunes episode I'm also interested in is Trip Along Daffy in the Wild West. Yeah, it's along with Porky Pig, and where he met the villain named Nasty Canasta. Yeah, when he showed up, he was like this. Stick him up, Amber! You're under arrest! Probably with iron today.
One thing I like is when that outlaw ordered a drink and they gave him a drink. It had all that cyanide and nitroglycerin and all that stuff. And when he drinks it, his hat flipped. But to Daffy Duck, he let Porky took a drink, and then he took a drink, and then we're all like,
Man, we had a wham. There's lots of snow.
and everywhere that Mary went, her face is right. I was sure to go. Starts coming out of his mouth, and then he went down, staring at the outlaw, saying, "I hate you.
I hate you."
Anyway, I mean, Looney Tunes Back in Action was a really good movie, and I had to say that they did a pretty good job. And one thing I had to say was pretty awesome. I did try the Looney Tunes Back in Action video game adaptation based from the movie. Even though you don't play Brandon Fraser or any of the other characters, you just play Daffy and Bugs. And on certain level in the game, you had to switch between Daffy and Bugs throughout the game. And the game itself was pretty good, even though I hardly beat it because I never gone any further in the game because there were some levels it was hard for me to go over. I mean, despite me and my age, I'm used to going through Nintendo old games and even PlayStation 1 games, but when it comes to new game systems, it's kind of a little tricky to try to figure out how to go through the next level, and only the younger ones always figured it out more than we do. I mean, it's like the youth have a chip inside planted in their brains to know exactly what they're supposed to do in modern games.
Yeah.
As for me, I had to watch it on YouTube in order for me to get through the next level.
Yeah.
Because I never had video game manuals at the time. So before internet, we had to go to certain stores and see if there's a video game manual in order to get to the next level.
Yeah.
But nowadays, we just watch it on YouTube, see if another gamer can go through it, and see if we can trick that.
Yeah.
But the Blue Monkey, I thought it was kind of funny because, I mean, a blue diamond that turns people into monkeys.
Yeah. Yeah, and the chairman is trying to use the Blue Monkey to turn people into monkeys to make them slaves, to make some Acme objects and all.
And even I remember, I thought it was really funny that they have Daffy Duck as Duck Dodgers before they did the cartoon series. And every time when he says the name, his rocket ship just...
Yeah, I mean, I also saw that first Duck Dodgers episode. Yeah, and I was also interested that they have Dr. IQ High in it.
It was kind of surprising that they have the legendary Tom Jones doing the theme song of Duck Dodgers. I mean, it's not often that you have a really famous music sensation throughout the 60s and 70s singing the theme song to a cartoon character.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that one episode of the Tell and Go show or something. Yeah, in that episode where Duck Dodgers had the machine or the technology to swap voices.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the stealing is gonna cause a lot of trouble. I'm not stealing nothing. We could just swap voices.
Still stealing. But of course, one thing not many people know, that Duck Dodgers is actually a Looney Tunes parody
to Buck Rogers.
To the character I play to Buck Rogers. I mean, of course, I do enjoy playing Buck Rogers on the audio. I mean, right. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, well, back to the Doctor's thing. Yeah, I also was interested that the Martian Queen was voiced by Tia Carrera, and the Martian Saturnians are all voiced by Michael Dorn. Yeah.
Yep, the guy who played Worf on Star Trek.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had a huge crush on Tia Carrera ever since I saw her on Wayne's World.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know that one scene of that...
Wayne's World.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know that one scene of that crossover theory of Dr. Smith's Buzz Lightyear, when,
Okay, sorry, but I can help it every time I see Tia Carrera on my swing. Dodgers!
Yeah.
Yeah, doing that Wayne's World reference there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and one I mean, my favorite Duck Dodgers episode was To Love the Duck when Duck Dodgers was going to be King of Mars.
I remember that, yeah. And what they were trying to do is Duck Dodgers think they were going to kill him, but it turns out that the Queen wanted the Dodgers to be her king in Mars. And he just kind of, it's kind of like he missed the memo on that.
Yeah.
Because he was so eager for somebody to get him out of Mars.
Yeah, well, the end of this episode really sucked for me. I was really a bit. I was not into the ending scene of the episode when he was breaking up with the Martian Queen. Till then, that the Martian Queen was going to have revenge on Duck Dodgers. Since the episode, the Queen is wild. By kidnapping cadets, for example.
Yeah. Although there was one episode, you know me, I always have a thing for vampires, and I saw that vampire episode of Duck Dodgers, and they made Daffy Duck his familiar, and I knew that the actor who did the voice of Daffy Duck is going for the Peter Lorre kind of voice, and I couldn't believe that he was trying to let Porky meet those three girls who are vampires themselves, but they didn't do anything to him. And he was like, "Ladies, why did you not attack him?" And they were like, "Because he's nice, he listens, and he's very sensitive. We always end up with the bug-eating types." And then Daffy went like, just slap on a bug and eat it.
Yeah.
They did a lot of crazy ones, but one thing I did like the most, though, is when they did do a DC crossover when Daffy mistaked the Green Lantern outfit as his outfit, and now he became a member of the Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've seen that.
That was really awesome, and I think ever since they did that episode, that's why when I played that Lego Batman 3, you can play the Lego version of the Green Lantern Daffy Duck.
Yeah. Yeah, and one thing it comes to suits, at the old special of Duck Dodgers had a green suit, while in the new ones from 2003, he had a blue outfit. When it comes to those, I was wondering, which of these two costumes do you prefer, actually?
Well, to me, I prefer the new ones, because the old ones, it just looks like a plain long-sleeve shirt, because, take Star Trek, for example. If you look at the outfits in the old Star Trek series, it's just nothing more but a long sleeve shirt and black pants. That's it. It doesn't have any military style designs or anything. Nothing that screams out space. And of course, I couldn't get over on Star Trek female outfits, where most of them always have like this sort of a 60s hairdo, wearing go-go boots and a mini skirt. I was like, why are all the women wearing mini skirts? Until when they made those new prequels of Star Trek, they tried to bring out the old-fashioned look, but designed them to make them look more like uniforms, which I do like the most. So I would probably say that the Duck Dodgers series in his outfit, the new one, looks more like space uniforms than just a plain ordinary T-shirt and no pants.
Yeah, well, I also prefer the new outfit as well. When you started with your crossover of Doctors Supposed to Let, you made a drawing of Duck Dodgers in the new outfit, and you had an action figure of Duck Dodgers in the old outfit. So,
well, I couldn't find an action figure. Even though I did look up online, there were Duck Dodgers action figures, but I didn't even know how to get them. So.
Yeah. All right.
But I was happy enough to get the ones with the old design, along with Marvin the Martian, which my mom, her favorite Looney Tune is Marvin the Martian. I mean, she likes to collect toys. It has Marvin the Martian in it.
Oh, really? He's really interested in Marvin the Martian. Isn't that lovely?
Watch it. I don't want my mom to be the Queen of Mars.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm sorry to cut short, but there's some other stuff I need to do. But I really do enjoy this conversation you and I are having, and it's really great you and I reminiscing about the Looney Tunes and everything.
Yeah, it's great.
So, see you around, Dennis.
Yeah, see ya.